Hello, welcome back. Last time, everything went fine, but I am at the scary level now, so we will see how this goes. Go up here, go up here, go up there, and this one. So I'm not even messing around here. I'm going to start with the hint, and at the very least, remember what I needed to do to get this done.
He was second-guessing himself.
Except,
He began to realize how little he actually knew about
I probably don't need this for that, maybe. Okay, so the bump opportunity... If that were there... If those two were stacked in this spot and I was on top of them, I think it might work. It's hard to tell for sure, though. Okay, so this might be my target. Alright, I did many things in this level a long time ago, trying to figure out how to get stuff to work. Now I'm gonna have to do different things, so... What happens if I push these both at once? Probably not what I want. Not really what I want, no. So I want to do them one at a time and stack them, is that it? I don't really remember... See, like I saw the hint, sure, that tells me the position. This will let me get to the spot, but that's not enough. Right, let me make sure I know what I'm talking about. Oh, well that's fun, but not helpful. Yeah, sure, I'm here. Sure, that's there. But now I'm stranded. And yes, if I was on that, I would be perfectly fine with what I needed. Oh. Almost. Could I have walked differently and left myself a path to get... Because if I was over there now, I could walk onto that and there. I don't have a path now, do I? I don't think so. There weren't a lot of different ways to walk. This is no better. And those are really the only two. Okay, so let's try different gravitying. How many ways can I gravity? So that was what I did before. To do it in a different orientation, I guess the easy way here is to put this against the elevator and go on it, and then I can have whatever orientation I want. So this one. No good. This one. Really no good. This one. Some potential. And what I did before was this one. Looks good, but I tried it and it didn't work. Alright, let's try from this angle and see if it just works nice and easy. It's gonna be one of those two, but I'm not sure which yet. Okay, sure, and then this angle turns into the other one at that point. Alright, so then... I can hop over nowhere. Wait, could I have hopped over on the other structure? Where was that exactly? I didn't try before, but what if I did? I think things looked like this when I did it. Yeah, that should be hoppable. Okay, it's actually that simple, isn't it? Alright, you come back. You come here. And then instead of walking all the way out, I do this and get across, and I have plenty of room to do everything. Okay, that should be all I need, actually. Alright. Great. On, bump, cool. Okay, not such a nightmare to access. Now, what is in here? Swing.
Jan had loved the music too much. He loved it until he'd taken the love for granted. Until there was no other option, until he'd given it all his energy and left none for himself.
I see. You are describing Burnout. That's the name of this puzzle. Okay, so we got that going on. We got this going on. And this doesn't work because I have moved this box. It doesn't know it can fall. Wait, it can't. There was a floor there. Okay. And there's another box for some reason. Okay, so I can... My options here are actually pretty limited. I can go up here and move this horizontally. I can choose which orientation I use when bumping this. That one does that. That one does that. That one does that. Shoot, I lost my place. Is that the same one? I think they all do the same thing. Okay. Is there an interesting place to slide this block? Alright, all the way on the left. From this perspective, that won't ever intersect with anything else interesting. From this perspective, it's hidden for a moment. Not helpful. Although, I could do this and have the puzzle in this state now. Also doesn't seem helpful. But it is a thing I can do. Okay, all the way left, I can't imagine how that would be productive. So let's just look at the spots. Oh, okay, I see something I can do with it. It can have an occlusive property, not quite the way I was imagining. I mean, no. That doesn't do anything. Whoa! Well, I think I solved it by accident. What did I do? Ah, so I hid your floor behind this block by accident. Then things just sort of shuffled down and... Does this work? No. That actually didn't help anything. All it did was get me more stuck. Right? It's interesting, it's different, but it's not helpful. Okay. What would I like? I guess a stack of 2 here? Yeah, stack of 2 here. So I want... Alright, so I'm sort of learning how to follow these lines. So when I bump this, lines like this... the backslash shaped, like shallow backslash diagonals will become vertical. And things will go, they'll fall this direction. So if I follow this line, I need to follow this line the other way, because gravity will come from this way, going that way. So I would need this to appear to be over here, in this region. From this perspective, obviously that's not happening. So now, shallow slash shaped diagonals will fall from here to there. Like that. Okay, well, if that appeared... Didn't I already do this, though? I see an obviously correct spot, but I did already do this, and there was a reason this didn't work. Tell me about it? Well, probably because this appears in front of that, so it knows it's going down. I don't have the opportunity to stack. See, really, I'd like this to be over here, going that way. Okay, well, I still have full control over everything. So from this perspective, I would want this to be over in this region, which is obviously impossible. The only one that looks at all likely is this perspective. If my goal is indeed to make a stack of 2 here. Okay, I do spot one other thing. A property I have not used yet, which is this one. Now that's only one position, but could that one position perhaps be the correct one in some perspective? I really doubt it. I don't see how it could. Wait. That went somewhere interesting. That went somewhere kind of interesting, but it's not going to do it. Like, that'll always just fall there. Okay, so trying other perspectives. So I tried this one. I tried this one. I tried this one. Only one of these falls that in a place that's potentially productive. Doing that again puts it here. Which kind of almost looks like something. But really, I'd like it to fall more like here. Yeah, if it could fall there, that would work. Okay, it could fall there. Yeah, there we go. Okay, that's a solve. I think, assuming I can get over there, which, yeah, so now that I have a stack, I can just freely walk this way, and done. Alright, my greatest worry has been conquered, and it was not a big deal at all. Cool, okay. Blocked.
Half out of curiosity, half out of concern, Fitch messaged Jan again, hoping some bridges remained unburnt. But it didn't matter either way. None of the messages were being read.
See, when I first read this, I was picturing they were communicating via email. But there was talk of a specific messenger service that may include, like, red status. So I was probably just picturing the wrong thing. That's why that exchange happened as it did when it did. Just kind of doing things. I spotted something that seemed to be of interest. Well, that didn't quite go where I wanted. This might. Oh, yeah, okay. I'm here now. I'm in the right orientation, but can I get further? Sure, easily. Done. Alright, finality. This isn't the final puzzle, though.
With no desire to return to the music, with the mere thought of the art he once enjoyed more than anything only making him feel sick, turning away from it all was the only option that made sense.
Jan starts a new life doing something else. Man, his passion was ruined. It's so sad. Alright, so if I were to step on this, which is real hard to do. Okay, really hard to do. Alright, this is a well-protected spot because you can't see it from any angle when there's something next to it. If you can't see it from any angle when there's something next to it, how would anything ever get on there? I guess by getting, like, scraped off. It could fall in this donut hole here. But nothing can cause it to fall that way. Okay, so starting over. First of all, just navigating this space. That's for elevator access. Do the same thing on the other side, and that's a fun scrape. That one is no good. That one is no good. That one is no good. So this is the one with some potential. No, it's not. No, that's still not centered over top of this hole. Like, that's the hole I need. So... Wait, what? Okay, let's try some blocks on elevators. What do I expect to happen here? I mean, the same thing will happen that happened to me. Alright, I'll do this just for fun. And also in case it gives me new insights. Alright, the way those fall down is interesting. So I guess what happens here, this is all perfectly coherent by the rules I understand. That's coherent, then it leaves one hanging. So this one needs to meet that surface on the way down. So it goes down, decides it's meeting that surface, and then due to that decision, like after that, it realizes that surface is actually in the background and phases through this part of this block to make that a legal move. I guess is what happens there. Yeah, and once this is down, I can just walk over here and everything is done. Okay. This funny structure with a hole in it is clearly relevant. Because, like, gotta shoot the basketball through the hoop. To get it to the target. But it doesn't want to go in the hoop. Yeah, that's my experience with basketball. Just go. Can only hit the rim. Okay. And somehow this elevator will be involved in helping me with that problem. Okay, so let's start with some occlusion here. Does that do anything for me? I mean, it scrapes me off earlier. Or is that the same place I get scraped in any case? And up there. So the knights move away from this column that I started on. Did this have any effect? Yes. I'm now one more to the northeast. I feel like that's involved somehow, but I can't really see how. Just trying to come up with new ways of looking at this. There aren't a lot. There are 4. Those 4. Just kind of following my nose here. Somehow making a stack in that spot and like knocking it over? Could almost be something, but not quite. Can't see it now. Not interacting with it now. That just slips through there. And if there were a block on top of it, it would just get pushed all the way off the edge here and fall. In any case, I can't get that stack high enough to actually get knocked by the elevator. Alright, well, because I can. Whoopsie. Because I can, I'm gonna knock this off. Okay, right, I couldn't see it fall because it was just hidden. Is there a world where that's useful? Don't think so. How do I get a ball in this basket? So just to test something, I will have an identical problem if I try to push on while unstacking compared to if I was just trying to push on from any other circumstance. Well, I need elevation to unstack, and there's none in the area, so I have an additional problem that means I can't even test that. Also can't quite get up there while the box stack is in place. Okay. It's the elevator. That sideways elevator. It doesn't elevate anything. Depends on your definition of elevation. Yeah, so you have to do something for me somehow. My primary tools for interacting with you are hiding things. That's really just one tool. And I get 2 blocks with which to hide things. Me going on that tile is not helpful. Wait a second. If I had a hat... Even if I had a hat, I couldn't activate the elevator at the right time. So I think the primary mechanic here is scraping. Okay, so once again with me. How do I affect my landing point there? I would want to hide a part of the thing that I landed on. Okay, so some part of this would need to be hidden to affect my landing point. So where I'm standing now, if I hide it like... Sure, let's see what that does. It's hard to think about and easier to just test. So I didn't exactly hide it, I simply displaced it with another block. So I recolored the surface. So sure, now I'm up high. Now things would change if I did this. Here we go, now I fall there. Not exactly better, but at least it has made it change. Interesting. Funny how that doesn't... I guess some amount of falling has to take place first, because I observed a situation that looked a lot like that resolving with the block just phasing through this little portion that would then hide it. Okay, can I test this by moving you... like this? Well, I don't think any phasing has to happen there, does it? No. Do I think this is the perspective? Well, it's certainly not aligned with that, but now things kind of are. Oh, there might be something to this. Okay. Alright, a stack of 2 needs to go... Where does it need to look like it is? I can only see one of it there. That will have no effect whatsoever. No, elevators are just too clever. They know too much about what their track is. A part of it is hidden by the basket here, though. So if it can't see its own line, can that encourage it to misbehave? Like, let's say I had this... Sure, symmetry, so it doesn't really matter which side I set this up on. So you can't see your line. I put this... I can't get it in line with... Oh, I sort of can. First, let's try that. Oh, is this the wrong way around? Oh, hold up. I'm starting to have a vision of how to put something in the basket. The elevator will go under. What I need to do is hide like a couple of these tiles. If I could hide like a slice of the basket over here. I guess I need to make this non-collidable, but leave that collidable. I don't think it's quite that simple, but I'll show you what I mean at least. What is it that I mean? Haven't I done this already? This feels very familiar. Well, I didn't stop at that stage. So first of all, with that there, I think there will be no effect. With this perspective. Correct. What if there are two? I think there will still be no effect, but I'll try it anyway. This goes, I think that's the spot. Two stacked up. Not that I want to put myself in the basket, but just to try. This perspective. I mean, I can still see getting scraped off there. I need this, like, more in the foreground, a down one, but still just as tall or something. In other words, I need a lot of impossible things to happen. Okay, let's just look at perspectives on their own and see if anything is friendly toward getting something in here. Do I need to be able to see that for something to fall on it? Yes. Yes, because if something is falling in that hole here, it will stop, I guess really there would be the first stop. And if it doesn't stop there, it would stop here. Neither of those is the spot that's one farther down where I actually want it. So this perspective's no good, this perspective's no good. It's one of the two front ones. And both of these are the same. Like, there are no left-right differences, they're exactly the same, just mirrored. Right. The only asymmetry in the entire puzzle is, I guess, the elevator's current position, and also this. I don't think that could be involved in any way. It's way too far out of the way. That's part of the reason this table is so wide. Okay, so one of these two perspectives. Alright, so now thinking about elevator scraping and stuff. Maybe not so much scraping. Okay, so first of all, most of my testing has been with me on the elevator. I'm not the one I want to send. One of these needs to go. Which means I have one other, and also possibly my body if I can somehow use it, but I need my body to activate the elevator. That ends up there. That ends up slightly closer, but not helpfully so. Let's think of some other paths. Okay, from there that's no good, but from here I can't see. Is there an angle where I can see and push? Well, no, I need elevation to push a thing. I was trying to get one of these on one of those. I'm not sure what that would accomplish, but I was trying to do it. Well, now, hold on a second. Now, the whole ongoing issue is nothing that falls ever lines up vertically with its target. So there's something I have to do first. I can't just control one of those falls to go where I want to go. Alright, this one's interesting to me. I'm not ready to show hints yet, but I think I am out of insights for the day. I have burned out on this puzzle. Not really. No, I just want to sleep on it and see if I see it differently the next day. I'll show hints if I don't, but I want to at least give myself a chance. So next time, trying this again.